Hello and welcome. My name is Diego Domine, and today we are at Lake Ridge Park, DGC in Woodbridge, Virginia. One of my favorite courses in Northern Virginia. Today we're going to be playing some disc golf, playing the course orange short and blue long for the full 18. Starting at hole 1 par 3, 305 feet. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to be going for the anti-turnover shot with my Pro Thunderbird. And not the most ideal spot, but also not a bad place. I would have wanted to have been closer. Should have aimed a little bit more to the right. Here's my shot for birdie. And here is my shot for par. Good putt. Onwards to hole 2. It is a par 3, 253 feet. You see the basket on your left-hand side there. And I throw my harp dangerously close in the green.
That is in.
But that cut line means that it is actually safe. So I get a good look at a birdie here. Good look does not mean actual birdie. Felt the eye of the camera there, so I was a little camera shy. Cleaning it up for par. It's just one of those pars that you hate to get because the birdie was right there. But nonetheless, moving on to hole 3. It's another par 3, 351. And it is actually behind that flag there. I believe it's maybe 30 or 40 feet behind that flag inside the trees. Throwing my Thunderbird, hoping for a little bit more of an Anheuser, but it flips. And the result is me not landing in the best spot. It becomes real complicated when you get into those woods, so you're just going to have to push on through and stave off any further damage to your score. Here's my shot for bogey. Good putt. So hole 4, my camera, my smartphone actually malfunctioned. It was a little too hot there, so it did not get the footage of my first drive here. So this is my second drive. Hole 4 is a par 3, 338, and this is my second drive with my harp, going for a nice forehand flick to try to just get to the basket. It did roll down the hill, which is a little unfortunate, so the par save becomes just a little bit harder here. Hey! So I miss 5-foot putts, but 50-footers are no problems. With an audience, nonetheless, too. There was a gentleman playing golf. And good par save. Moving on to the next hole. We got hole 5, par 3, 259. You see the orange basket on your left-hand side with my Mako 3. And there has been another camera malfunction. So I promise that's the last malfunction. Sorry about that, but, I do land in a good spot for birdie. And while I hear chains, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but my right foot went forward. Now that is called a foot fault. So PDGA rules state that you must show balance and control within 10 meters of the putt. So watching that while editing, I have to give myself that foot fault. So taking a 3 on that one, which was a shame because it was a good birdie. But on to the next hole. You got hole 6, par 3, 322. Really, really great shot from the Sidewinder. Here's a cool little flight tracker where I landed in the middle of the mound right next to the basket for a good look for birdie. Good putt. No foot faults, and I executed it properly. Good birdie. I'll take it. Moving on to hole 7, par 3, 466. It's just the top of the world shot. You just bomb your disc down the fairway, and the basket is on the right hand side, which is pretty much my strategy for this hole. I just throw my destroyer as far as I can and try to get into a good position to get a birdie or a good position for par. Just running it. Really not a bad play when it feels safe. You know, I knew that it wasn't really gonna, end up in a bad place, so I just felt aggressive and feeling confident from that birdie from the last hole. I was like, why not? Hole 8, par 3, 377. I had the same idea with my destroyer, just throw it down the fairway, and the basket is going to be on the right hand side, just under the trees. Running it again. Still confident, and also still missing, but again, not a bad play when I felt pretty safe. I mean, barring any really bad rolls or unfortunate upshots, but it was a good play. Hole 9, par 3, 308 with my Star Firebird. The basket is pretty much where my disc landed. That was like the best shot I've had on this hole. Here is a follow flight tracker. Really, really great shot. Basket is just inside the trees for a good birdie look. Great bird with the fist pump there. I was really excited about that. And that is your front 9. Quick review of the score. I mean, 1 under is pretty respectable for a MA3 rec player, so really happy about that. And now onwards to the blue long baskets. Really tough, but also because there are a few par 4s in play, there is opportunity. These are short par 4s. So here we are at hole 10, par 3, 387. The basket is on the right side of the green, past the hazard, a little bit down the hill, and I land literally on the green, so making a big divot while I'm at it too. So here's a quick PSA to always fix your divots whenever you're playing on a course. And I swear every time I hear the word divot, that scene in Space Jam always comes to my mind where he's looking for Michael Jordan through the hole, and one of the golfers asks, like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" He's just like, I'm fixing a divot." So shout out to Mike Sullivan for giving us these Nova stamped divot repair tools. Really handy, and we appreciate all the hard work. Now divot has been fixed, we can resume play. So like I said, the basket is a little bit to the left down the hill, just trying to pitch it over the green and hopefully land somewhere close. I believe I could just only see like the top of the basket. So here's my shot for bogey. Next hole, hole 11. The blue basket is in the middle of the screen. However, throwing my Mako 3 and it turned over. I just ideally wanted it for a straight shot, which is what Makos are known for, but if your form is bad, it will turn over. So I'm gonna do what I can, try and do some damage control here. Look at all these hazards too. You got the green and the 3 sand traps. Makes this hole just, sneaky difficult. I land in the hazard, and I have to take a penalty for that. But I wanted that one. You can tell from my back stretching sun salutation. That was tough. I was already gonna take the bogey, and then missing that just made it double. And I mean, it happens sometimes. Just gotta shake it off. On to the next hole. Give you guys a little bit more, hopefully, of a better perspective. Blue basket is on top of that hill, in between those thickets of trees. I just do that just because the next shot is me in front of the basket. So, hole 12, par 4, 440. Got my end of a turn. Wanted to do a backhand Anheuser turnover. You just land to the left side. I was doing a little bit of experimenting. Wanted to land on the left side, hopefully in a good spot. I got scared because I thought I wasn't going to push past through the trees, but while I did, there was like a little island of trees that I landed. But you know, I was able to have a good shot and use a forehand flick, using my Firebird to be in a good position to make a birdie putt, have a birdie look. I'd say it's around 20, 25 feet. Dead center. Really, really good putt. You know, there's a few par 4s in the back 9, and you really want to take advantage. So happy to have gotten a birdie on that one. Here's the other hole, the next hole, which is also a par 4, 525 feet. Trying to just bomb this turn down the fairway, and I just turn it over. It's really I've bombed it before, and I landed really, really close, and it even had like an eagle look, but it's just not this time. That one needed a lot more hyzer angle on it, so now I'm paying for it by being next to the road, just trying to pitch it through the trees and also not land on the green, which I didn't. And you can see the basket. Just trying to go for a standstill upshot hyzer, overshot it to be put in a bad position. I don't really have too much confidence in my upshots at this point, so I'm still a work in progress, hoping to get better at that. Just really trying to get as much in my bag as possible in my skill set. So scuba out and get a bogey on that hole. Next hole, hole 14, par 3, 302 feet. It's going to be on like the middle of your screen, but I decided to just shoot through the middle and get into the trees. There is a line once you get in that position. I just did not land in the best position. I was kind of just praying and trying out different strategies too. Again, experimenting, seeing what I can get if I get in a certain position. So, I mean, it was not a bad position, but definitely that was a par position. You'll be lucky if you get a birdie on that one. So, moving on to the next hole, hole 15. There's the blue basket. I mean, ideally, I wanted to go for the same shot that I threw on hole 6, which was the Anheuser turnover with my star sidewinder. And it was not turned over enough, and it faded to the right, very dangerously close to the hazard. Between the green and the sand trap. Luckily, I landed in between, so now I have a decent look for my second shot. Errantly through that harp. Again, not enough hyzer. Puts me in a position here where it's a downhill, or it's an uphill shot for birdie. That doink, man. I wanted that one. It looked just dead on, but it was just too low. So gotta just recover and clean up, get it for par. Next hole is the top of the world hole. Hole 16 par 4, 600 feet. Same strategy, I just bomb it with my destroyer and do what I can to get down the fairway. Second shot was a little bit of errant. It was just an errant shot on my part. And I land down the hill for a tough upshot because I'm just in the trees and the thickets, and like all these little leaves are annoying you. So I just really just get out of there and I'll just take the par. On to the next hole, hole 17. It's another par 4. I mean, honestly, with this, it's just like, okay, just throw as far as you can. First drive. Par 4, 509. It is in the basket is in the trees, just all the way down the field there. Now you can see it on the right hand side, the blue basket. Good position for a par. Oh, my goodness. Ugh, that just crushes my soul. I mean, at this point too, I was actually pretty tired because it's just me moving the camera back and forth and then driving and then moving around. So it was my first time filming too, and just the stress got to me. This hole 18 par 3, 371. I don't even know what happened there, man. Honestly, like I threw a leopard 3 and I wanted to shoot straight, and I think like the wind pushed it down because I just threw and it just fell down the hill. So my recover shot is with my AVR X3 just to get it onto the mound, and you know, easy 3. But so that concludes our round. You got the review coming up and the final score is 2 over. I mean, again, that is very, very respectable. Decent score. And that's it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope to make more of these videos in the future, and leaving you with my favorite drive. Have a good one. Peace.